If you're watching this, you must have some amount of interest in cars, right? Maybe not. Maybe it's my face. Okay, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. In any case, I wanted to let you know there's a new video up on the Vlogs and Stuff channel. It's another one of those car podcast things, this time with Ian from Smosh. If you're interested, link in the description. Feel free to check it out. And let's get on with the show. All right, welcome back to your monthly dose of shitty car mods, a subreddit that needs no further introduction, so why don't we just get into things? We'll start off down here with, he wants $125,000 for this award-winning PT Cruiser. Oh, really though? Is that real? Because I feel like you could make up the title, but if it's real, then you would have to pay me $125,000 to take a PT Cruiser off of your hands and drive it. You'd actually, the price might be higher, honestly. For me to, if I had to commit to only driving a PT Cruiser for like a couple of years as like my only car, you would actually probably have to pay me that to, yeah, especially if it was in that shape. Yeah, sorry, dude, if you are the one who owns this car and you're watching this and that title is accurate, I don't know if you're going to have much luck. You might want to rethink the price, but it's cool. I'm glad that you value it. You know, you got to take pride in your work at least. Semi-van. What is... How... So they, like, took a van and then they fused it with a truck cab, but then there's also a pickup truck at the end. I'm pretty sure there are three things here. It's not two, it's actually three, because that's a pickup truck at the back end. It's the main sleeping area in the truck cab, and then a van. That's some next level thinking right there. It truly is. Also, I can't imagine that that's entirely road legal. That Frankenstein's monster of a thing. You'd probably, if you got pulled over, get in a little bit of trouble. How would you even, like, tow that thing away? Like, sir, you're not gonna be able to drive this thing out of here. We're gonna have to get a tow truck for you. Like, what you're gonna get like an 18-wheeler to pull that thing away on it? The same thing that you transport like backhoes and stuff. It's what you need. Oh boy, not a car, but had nowhere else to put it since I just made a Reddit account. Huh? It's like, okay, so it's called a donk, right? When you have the car that has the massive wheels and it's all raised and stuff, that's the name for it. I'm pretty sure that I've gotten the hang of it now, and it's called a donk. Not to be confused with a micro donkey from Trials if you watch that. It's called a donk. So you donked your ATV. That sounds like something that you would do in Trials because you got the micro donkey, you got the ATV. This is the Donk ATV. This should be a new bike that you can ride in Trials Fusion. I'm a lobby for it. Yeah. Oh, wait, we got a comment here that says, this is not shitty at all. This would do great in mud pits. And, okay, it's got an engine snorkel on it. Oh, so maybe this is actually designed with a purpose. And it works. I mean, those tires look like they would actually be pretty serious. And maybe because it has like it's got a smaller width to it, it can dig in more versus being more spread apart. So I don't know. Physics maybe. Don't make fun of that. It could be quite useful. Saw this car in town today. Not sure what's worse, the pile of scrap metal on the hood or the fact that he's parking in two spaces, one being handicap space. Good God. Why? You're also giving people a bad name. You're just making it seem like people who do things to their car are just not good or considerate drivers. You're giving me a bad name. Not that any raps that I've done to my car compete with that, but still, it's kind of classified by the layperson all under the same umbrella, and you're giving me a bad name. Don't do that. Why are you parking that way? Halfway in a handicap spot. Oh, God. Looks like smokestacks from a cruise ship to your hood. Ooh. Oh, God. Does this belong here? Dude, it's like the new Mercedes G... It's not a G63. It's just the Mercedes-Maybach G series. And it's like that. Except a little bit more elegant, but also I'm kind of mixed on it. Dude, they're auctioning one of those things off. I guess they've sold the whole run, but they have one that they reserved and they're auctioning it for charity. And it's expected to get like $1 million if it hasn't already sold yet. And I'm kind of mixed on it. Because the back, it's called the G-Class Landaulet. However you pronounce that thing. So it's got a fabric soft top convertible on the back portion. But it kind of looks like a cardboard box. And it's a little weird. And it's so long, it's crazy, but it reminds me of this. It looks better. Yes, it looks better than this, but they were going for that. They saw the G-Wagon Maybach Landaulet, and they were like, let's recreate that, but with a kidnapper van. The perfect base for it. We'll get it really close. No one will be able to tell the difference. You park them side by side, people be like, yeah, that's $1 million vehicle right there. Beautiful. Slightly problematic when it rains, and also that looks like it'll actually slice your arm off if you get too close to it. Yeah, it looks really dangerous. Like, look at that. Look at the cut on the metal there. Reminds me of those terrible plastic packaging you always cut your fingers on for electronics. 45-year-old coworker, V6 automatic. Andy's got the Montana plates on there. We're going for the tax avoidance strategy as well here. I'm kidding, it's probably in Montana, but you see supercars with a Montana plate on them, it's tax avoidance strategy. If you've ever been curious about that and haven't looked it up as to why expensive cars sometimes have Montana plates. Anywho, maybe his son is just a big fan of cars and Lightning McQueen or something of the sort, and just tried to bring it into real life. You don't know. You don't know, but also you probably don't know whether or not your coworker has a kid, so that's also very possible that that's not the case. And yeah, you know what? As someone who has never owned a manual car, which some people might find to be blasphemous, I can't comment on the auto manual thing. But if it looks like that, and it's a car that definitely had a manual option, you would kind of expect it to be manual. But you know, it's cool. Don't hate on the V6. The Ford GT has a V6, and it's a powerful V6. Okay? Don't hate on the V6. I take that personally. All right? V6s can be good. Also, the GTR has a V6, so V6s can be very good. I think I found a worthy submission. Is that, like, I'm kind of hoping, because it seems to be at some sort of street fair event, that maybe it's there to market whatever the owner's stand is, but also maybe not. Also, look at all the spoilers back there. I'm counting like between 3 and 4 spoilers kind of just glued to each other. That adds, dude, that's a good strategy because every spoiler adds about 500 horsepower. So that is either 1,500 or 2,000 horsepower that this guy has added. And even more so, there are horses on the car. That is adding significant amounts of horsepower, literally. Okay? If you want to make your car go fast, you just glue a bunch of little horse statues on there. Each one of those, another 100 horsepower, right there. Scientifically proven to add lots and lots of horsepower. All right? Now, the fins on the side, crazy aerodynamics. This thing corners like a beast. I can't hate. Everything about this is function. There is no, and then there's even an M&M that's trapped in the gas tank. I don't know what that is. Why is that there? But look at those hockey sticks as aero fins. Oh my God. It's a piece of beautiful engineering. Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren, you all need to take note of this. This is how you build cars, okay? Or at the very least, Mansory, take note. All right? Those are your new conversion kits. I finally found one. Yeah, that is definitely one. I like the coordinated paint scheme, though. You got the inside of the wheels white, and you got some blue in there, and it matches. So at least it's a coordinated paint scheme. Could be worse in that regard. It almost looks like steamroller wheels. Like there's no tire on there. It's just basically wheel and then ground. Those are low profile as all hell. No kidding. Yeah, I can't. There is no car to do that on. Because if it were a nicer car and you did that, I'd be like, why are you ruining a nice car? If it's a lower end car, I'm like, it just doesn't look good. But also, I'd probably prefer you do it to a lower end car because it's just not going to look good ever. But hey, at least it's a head turner. So that's what you're going for. You have achieved that. I have no words to describe this thing. This is actually hilarious because this looks exactly like the photo setup that they do outside of West Coast Customs. It's like you got the logo in the background, you turn the wheels a little bit, you park it right out front of. This is exactly how they set up the photo shoots at West Coast Customs. It's just not quite, the same. Dude, it reminds me of like Cyclops from X-Men, his goggles for some reason. I just don't understand this right here. Who was like, yeah, that's an aerodynamic shape to make the front of a car. Let's not make the windshield just go direct to the hood. No, let's just add a band there. That seems like the best way to engineer this vehicle. Or maybe this was added as a mod thing. I don't know if that's a wrap or if it's a paint job. It's probably a wrap, but it looks well done at least. Just an interesting choice of vehicle to do it on, but I do like the color of the wrap. It would look very nice on perhaps another vehicle, and also the black roof. That's a good call. Just questionable a little bit. I'm a Dodge Ram trapped in a Honda body. What in the world? What is that? It looks like reindeer antlers or something like that. Why would you ever want to do that? Dude, how do you ever go into a parking garage? Maybe this is not a thing. They don't have garages like that where this person lives. It's all just flat ground parking lots. But you would have a very hard time reaching out to press the button to get a ticket going into a parking garage with mirrors like that. And also, not to mention the fact that it just looks completely absurd. Maybe you have to like pull the mirror, you like reach out, you pull the mirror in, then you reach out for the ticket, go in, put it out again. And they're actually very functional because they ensure that no one parks too close to you because they stick out further than your door even opens. Jeez, I can't even imagine how many like recycling bins and stuff you've clipped driving like that. Holy crap. Why? Great downforce. Hey, you know what? They smoke the taillights too. It's, you know, you look at the Ferrari FFXK and it has the little side spoiler things, okay? Or no, actually they face inward on that. Maybe this guy was just like that. You know, if the ultimate pinnacle track Ferrari has wings that look like that, it must work. It must work better than full spoiler across the entire back. So let's do that. You know, it must be comparable on a Nissan Altima or Maxima, whichever one that is. If Ferrari does it, it'll work here too. I'll just decrease my track times by like 10 seconds a lap when I add this. 10 seconds a lap on a 30-second lap around my block. It's going to be crazy. Cops won't be able to catch me. This one looks incredible from the thumbnail. Kill me. Jesus Christ. How is this not the top one ever? What? The camber. The camber on the wheels. How do you even drive that anywhere? And also, is your windshield like half obscured by something in there? You were like, it's not enough that I've made it so that the car scrapes on reflectors, leaves, gravel. Also, I had to tip the wheels sideways, and so now I have to replace the tires every 6 hours of drive time. But I also just don't want to be able to see out of it. So, you know, let's add that in. We're going all out in the non-functional department, so why bother seeing? You know, we got self-driving cars coming soon, so I'll just add this tech once it comes. But in the meantime, I just kind of drive blindly. Also, what's going on over here? What's this? Is this a visor to prevent the sun from coming in? I have so many questions. Like, how does it go? Anywhere. Mother of God. And it's also pink. It's like they looked at this subreddit and were like, how do I get the top post of all time? You did it. Except somehow you didn't. How is that not the top post of all time? These better be great. This happens to the Transformers with cancer. So, okay. I saw this one. A few people linked it to me on Twitter, and it was like a little captioned meme that was like, the car that you drew when you were 3 years old has come to life. This is what it looks like. Looks like a shoe. It's like, what's that fairy tale about that person who lives in a shoe? That's it, right there. And someone might live in that. Like, why else would be the back of it be so large? There has to be some sort of reason for that. Also, if that's the roof, it doesn't look very leak-proof, unless that's for aero right there. You gotta get some sweet aero on this one. What happened here? Is it just, did someone find like a couple of axles and they're like, let's just build our own car on top of this? How hard could it be? Apparently harder than you thought. Jeez. That's a sight to see. Found this sweet thing in Florida. We got a donk here, a chrome donk. Wow. That's taking it to the next level. It really is. Full-on chrome donk. That's incredible. Just blind everyone as you're driving by. I feel like that would have the undesired effect, though, because the only reason you do that is so people stare and take photos of you. But if they can't even see you because you got active camo and you're just reflecting the sun, then you're invisible, basically. Like, no one's gonna see you. You just camo by unnoticed, so stealth. So maybe, you know what? Maybe this will be the next military vehicle because it's so high off the ground that it can go off-road and no one will see it. They'll never see it. You could drive this right into the enemy's base and they won't know until anyone gets out of the car. It'd just be amazing. Military, take note. That's how you win things. It's crazy. This may be the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Really? Is this real? I hope this is a do-it-yourself thing and not like a product a company actually sells. Like, hey, do people walk by your car looking down, sneering at it because you don't have a sunroof? Well, look no further. We have a black plastic vinyl you can put on your roof to make it look like a sunroof so no one will ever frown upon you again because they'll think you have a sunroof, which is the most important thing in one person's life. If you don't have that, you're not cool. You're never going to get any ladies. Sorry about that. They look at your car, doesn't matter what it is, but if it has a sunroof, you're going to have some great success. Everyone knows, scientifically proven, that's how cars work. If you have a Ferrari that doesn't have a sunroof, you're out of luck. You've got an old Geo Prism that has a sunroof, woo, boy, you're going to get lucky all the time. Man, it's crazy how these things, why would you do, who does that? Yep, all right, that's a thing. Wonder how much they tried to sell it for. Repost from memes, a car mod that in retrospect may not have been so shitty. Now who's the fool? Well, you know, probably still the person driving it because even people in extremely lifted trucks can drive into water they think they can drive into, and then it turns out to be way too deep and they get stuck, and that's actually how people die. So, yeah, might be helpful, but also it's not a great idea to drive through water where you can't see the bottom. So better safe than sorry. This is my official advice here, especially with it being hurricane season and all that. Stay safe. Don't drive when you shouldn't drive, and try to use your best judgment. Obviously, you know, sometimes circumstances happen that are beyond your control, but if you can choose between not driving in water you can't see the bottom of and driving in it, probably better don't do it. I want you to be safe, okay? Even if you have a car that looks like that, be safe. Anywho, all right, that was it for the last month of Shitty Car Mods. I hope you've enjoyed. I still think that Kill Me is the highlight of the month, if not the year, if not ever. It's incredible. That's next level. Make sure to like if you like. Check the playlist in the description if you want to catch more videos like this. And subscribe if you're not already. And if you want to listen to the music playing in the background right now, it's linked in the outro. It's on Marin Music, and there's also more music you can listen to over there. All right, I'll see you next time.